In no particular order, although I will start off with my favorite, Emily Henderson. I reference this book all the time. I'm still doing all my projects. Aside from beautiful photography, very like semi-gloss pictures, she breaks down things into ways that I can understand them. What's up, my Chic fam? Welcome back to CHEZ JACLYN. I'm Jaclyn. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys a long-awaited video. I've been wanting to make this video for like ever. The best books that I have found for beginner interior design enthusiasts. So let's get into it. She also has measurements up in here that I reference all the time. For example, I reference this page like on the daily. She calls them by the numbers. So she has all of the measurements for whatever project you are working on. Makes it so simple, so easy. That's why I always reference this one all the time. She gives you wonderful examples of what she's talking about, but the numbers, breaking it down like that is what's really the game changer in this book. She's very approachable when it comes to her designs. Like, it's nothing fragile, though it is impressive. It's nothing fragile that you're going to break, things that you're going to shy away from because you feel like you personally can't do it because it looks too high-end or whatever. She really goes into detail of like furniture pieces, which I like, but mostly just like the foundation of a space and how it measures and how it kind of functions world around. So if you get any of these books, you got to get this one because this one was just going to be an amazing start off. There is a reason why this one is so popular and it is so demanded and just passed around from everybody in this entire interior design world. Frida Ramstead. I probably butchered that name, but I'm so sorry, darling. I do love this cover, and I did get this book used. Hello, I'm being resourceful up in here. This one is more text than beautiful pictures, but if you just break it down from like chapter to chapter, this really breaks it down into someone who's not really in that sort of side of their brain and needs like it broken down. How do I do this? How do I begin? La la la. She has designer tips. She talks about color, and my favorite, which is the golden ratio. I just feel like that's something that it can be easily misdone. That philosophy, that rule alone will just help you kind of where things should be. It is a very useful book that I think every beginner should definitely have. It's like plastic sleeve on it, so I'm gonna see. So that's actually, it's a trick, right? It's kind of like blueprints, see? So the New York School of Interior Design by Ellen S. Fisher is one that I also reference like all the time because they have specific measurements. Now, this book is beautiful as well as informational. It is so comprehensive. Like, everything in this book you need to know if you are starting off as an interior designer. It helps you start off that way with things to like think about, general contractors, and see, this book has like this. So they also have sketches like this, but I mean, you're really getting a comprehensive read with beautiful pictures and examples. So when you're starting from scratch, you could start from scratch using this, which I think is so helpful, especially for somebody who's really looking to make that jump in being their own interior designer. But just like standard dimensions, talk about spatial planning, flow, scale. So this is one that the page that I reference all the time because I'm doing my bathroom. But they break it down like this. Like, here's like a column of like, you know, quick references, and they have the text. You know, I just feel like when it's formatted like that, instead of just text, it's just easier to read and easier to absorb. It also makes for a quick reference guide. This was the very first interior design book that I have ever bought, and I bought it used. That's why it doesn't come with the cover, because the actual cover has a picture of Joanna Gaines. The inside was like mint condition. So this is Homebody by Joanna Gaines, and this book changed my perspective, and it really kickstarted my interior design journey. The pages in this book are matte, which is different from all the other books that I have, and really a lot of other interior design books, because they usually are like gloss, but the photography in here is beautiful. I actually like the feeling. I feel like it's a different experience when you have pages that are like matte and photographs that are like matte. And I feel like it gives a different vibe, a different feel definitely more like approachable style. You know, she coined the whole farmhouse style, even if she might resent it a little bit. The text in this book is actually informative. It's insightful. I really liked it. She also breaks it down to rooms, bathrooms, living rooms, kitchens, etc., etc. I feel like she needs to come out with another book because her style has changed. Template in the back, you know, she talks about making a plan and putting out a sketch and going step by step. She gives you a couple like in the book, but like I didn't want to like destroy this beautiful book, so I printed them out online, and that's how I did my stuff. Goody for me, I have it right here. So I've literally have done this for every one of my rooms: living room, entry, bathroom, into what I specifically wanted using her formula. Here's my bathroom one that I actually am building right now, actively building right now. I'm like 85% of the way. I've drawn my own things and, you know, my own plans, trying to sketch stuff out. This thing was a game changer for me. It really broke down what I wanted to get on paper to translate to my husband, because he's just looking at me like, lady, you are crazy. I don't even know what you talking about. Amber Lewis, Made for Living, is a brilliant book. Changed my life in a way that made me think about design in a more luxurious way, in a more high-end way, and also avoiding faux pas. She breaks the book down into 4 parts: power of color, details, space and flow, and the art of styling. Gorgeous photography. The pages are semi-gloss, glossy type finish. And her designs are just marvelous, darling. Like, they are absolutely stunning. She's very transitional with like a little bit of modern, but she also throws some like rustic pieces in there. One thing that really stuck with me was how she talked about how glossy tiles are like a faux pas of hers. And I was like, I kind of already did that. I started thinking about things differently and thinking about them as a whole picture instead of pieces of something that I like, and how are they going to communicate with each other instead of just picking all these things that I like. Beautiful. I mean, this one is, it's a great read, great read. As for a bonus, I have 2 books that I must mention. They are absolutely fabulous. You like, won't regret it. The Beauty by Design by Ginger Curtis. The pages are matte, similar to Joanna Gaines, but she's got like more text in hers. You know, embracing, celebrating our own beauty in our own homes. She's very God-driven. Everything, a part of her design, is with Heavenly Father in mind. And she has a sensational, powerful story. She went through cancer, and as she was going through it, I mean, she still was designing. She was designing her own home as well. And man, I cried a lot of times in this book. I don't want to give her story away because I definitely think that you should read it for yourself. But it definitely touched my heart and gave me a different appreciation for design through her eyes, especially. She talks about, you know, Scandinavian, traditional, modern Parisian. This was the page that I loved the most because I feel like that's moi. A very important thing that I also learned from this book was the way that she broke down what you wanted, and I did the exercise and I have it on my phone, so I want to read it to you. And she talks about plumb line. Plumb line is like your mission statement, and like always like remembering, like when you get off track, like always going back and remembering your plumb line and your mission statement on where you started. So that way, like when you get lost in the sauce, you know how to come back home. The headspace that when I did this exercise would be luxurious, welcoming, inspirational, and excitement. My dream is to have a luxury, inviting, comfortable home with spaces available to entertain large amounts of people, also being cozy and with luxurious statement sculptural pieces. My plumb line for my mission statement for my home would be to feel free from objects, to be more organized, less clutter for things, more space for things that I love and make me feel joy. This book helped me make out all of those things, and where I started to really figure out who I am and where I am and what parts of design that I love and what I want those parts of design to include in my home. So I thought that was just really special and a really innovative way to do that. Another bonus, The Art of Home by Shay McGee, who owns Studio McGee. This book is chunky, like a bottom girl with a big old hoops. This book is beautiful. It's not much of a read. It's more of the photography. She also has like these semi-gloss pictures, absolutely stunning. I feel like Shay McGee is very approachable as well. She really kind of brings things down to earth, down for the rest of us mortals. That's not why you should get this book. The reason why I recommend this book is for her style guide in the back. Her style guide is broken up into so many pieces that I feel like would be so beneficial, especially from a newbie. Getting the good things right off the bat and not having to make those costly mistakes that I have or like other people have. And she's worked it out already, and she's used it in so many projects with, you know, $1 million homes, etc., etc. She's done the work for you to just absorb the good stuff. Lucky, 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 lucky you. Pillow mixing, rug construction, what they're made out of, the best tile, you know, for countertops, whether it's marble, porcelain, travertine. She talks about the pros and the cons of all of that stuff, scale. Questions that we always have, and I'm always like referencing. But my favorite part of this entire style guide would have to be the paint section in the very back. I think it's like the last page, excuse me. Paint, yes. This is like every answer that I need always. So that's why I recommend this book for her style guide. It's just, worth every penny just for the style guide. Wow, that was really fun. Let me know in the show notes below if you guys had as much fun as I did, and if you guys are book nerds, like I am, because I like buy way too many books, but I love them because I love each and every one. And I would love to know which ones you guys end up purchasing and which ones you have already read if you have read any of these, and let me know which ones are your favorites. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, you know you a real one, and I will check you guys in the next one. Bye.